So, where was I left off? So, you need to try and adapt yourself to the right environment and pick and choose your environments, right? So, my general concept is if you go in the hood and you build a mega mansion in the middle of the worst hood possible, I mean, you're gonna die. You're gonna die and you're gonna get robbed and you're gonna get, like horrible stuff is gonna happen to you. People are gonna break in your house. And that's the same way with anything that is positive. So you need to adapt your environment to that based on that concept. And you have to milk out your gifts. You have to milk them out. So whatever gifts you've been given, you need to milk them out. So if you've developed a very high sense of confidence, don't back down. Don't get insecure so you can blend in with people who suck. You need to figure out what's a career where this is a celebrated thing. Where is it celebrated? Right? So for me, for example, I am going to be celebrated if I'm in the spotlight. Right? I can get attention. I can use it for good, right? So I can feel the sense of okay, I'm actually using it in the best way possible. And that's for anything, really. You just have to think, what are your strengths, and just capitalize on it. And there's nothing wrong with using your advantages to your best benefit. Because the reality is, people always like to demonize money. But money is, to a degree, of course, the money system is a little messed up to me. But money, from a raw standpoint, is the exchange of goods. It's just exchanging goods. So if you have no money, I mean, there's different things, right? But it's all about exchanging goods, right? So you get money because you gave value to someone else, right? You give money because they're giving value to you, right? So if you don't give value, you're not going to have a lot of money. Obviously there's different, this is black and white, right? We're not talking in depth about the screwed up parts of the system, So focus on really capitalizing on what you do have. And then another thing you have to do, this is totally moving on to another subject here, is you have to realize that no one's going to give you unconditional love ever. Ever. You're never going to have unconditional love besides your parents or your family. That's it. Everyone else is going to objectify you and want you based on what they can gain out of you. And this isn't an evil thing. This isn't evil. It's kind of just a normal phenomena where people just choose what's best for them. And I don't know why I thought I saw people that I recognized. Awkward. So where did I leave off? I have such good words, but then I forget where I am. So maybe it's meant to, so you want to focus on developing your emotional strength to understand what your gifts are made for. So I will see people be like, well, being rich didn't make me happy, or being pretty didn't make me happy. I'm so overwhelmed by all these things. And it's because you got into it for the wrong reasons. And I'm not saying this in a way to tell you should, it's not like you have to go and be a hippie in the middle of nowhere and, be in a cabin and make your own farm. I'm not saying that. It's just you cannot bring value to society and fill that hole deep in your heart. That's from your childhood. Okay, so for me, as someone who's more from a healed standpoint, at this point now I can see my beauty more from, or whatever I have that I deem valuable, for other people, I see it as very neutral. I see it as, this is how much value I have on the market, and that's what I can get for it. These are the realistic effects I'm going to have. I don't see it as if I'm not pretty, I hate myself. No, because there's nothing that I can do to make myself be loved. Nothing. You'll never be 100% loved for who you are. So people, of course, there's bonding. Of course, friends can bond, relationships can bond. but people won't love you for who you are. And so that's a very scary concept to deal with, because you probably are engaging in so much content about how to get rich and, you know, be beautiful and look good or be confident. And you're trying to like secretly look out for love, but really what you're doing is you're hoping that you can get enough power that you can gain love through that. That doesn't really work. So what do you do? Right? What do you do based on that? What you need to do is you need to heal yourself through love. I mean, you just have to give yourself unconditional love. So for example, like I can look in the mirror and like, you know, recently I kind of gained weight and I'm like, because I just did weight loss. So, you know, gaining a little weight, I'm like, right? So, you know, I gained weight and my response was not, oh my God, I hate myself. It was more like, I understand the effects of what it happens when you're less attractive. I would rather not have that. I'd rather have people treat me differently. And so I'm going to work on my weight loss. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to like hate myself. I can separate my sense of loving myself from the value that I bring to society. You have to be able to distinguish that. And people just totally forget the value of just being loved for who you are. And love for who you are is just separate from... It's separate from any societal value. So you may think, well, love you for who you are. I mean, I don't deserve love because, like, I don't need... Like, people think it's like, oh, I'm so beautiful, or, oh, I'm so great, I'm deserved, you know. It's just, like, overconfidence in a way that's, like, completely fake. That's not what self-love is. Self-love is the act of comforting yourself and giving yourself a hug. I mean, just imagine what it is for a young child when a child is sad. So just imagine if you're a young child, if you're someone who's not a psychopath, or maybe you're not like, hopefully you're not like super troubled, but if you see a young child who's like very upset and scared, you hug them, you say, oh my God, like you're safe with me, like I have you, you hug them, you know, caress them, right, to make them feel safe. That's what you have to do to yourself, like the way that you treat a young child. You're not telling the child, you're beautiful and you're smart, and when they're sad, no. I mean, you could if you want your child to learn how to avoid their emotions. I mean, but that's what you need to do. There's that difference between societal validation and providing value versus that self-love. And once you get that self-love, you'll start realizing that you didn't really want you didn't want the power as badly as you thought you did, because you were secretly looking for love the entire time. And you'll realize that you've been looking just for quality relationship this entire time. For a quality relationship, quality relationships. You've been looking for that your whole life. And you've been looking for love within yourself. It's a bit scary. It's a bit scary for everything to just shake up in front of you. And I totally get if you don't want to listen to that. I totally get it. If you want to just keep feeding into the idea that if you were just pretty and had tons of money, that all your problems would be fixed and you'd just feel happy again. But that's not how it works. It's just not how it works. It will obviously solve a lot of problems, right? It will solve a lot of problems, but it won't fix. If you have it long enough, you'll start realizing there's a hole inside of you that just cannot be fixed until you deal with that love deep down. So, take that as you will. I'm going to get better at organizing my speeches. I can elaborate for so long, but I hope that was helpful, and ask me any questions about what I've just told you. I know a lot about what I'm talking about from personal experiences, so let me know.